Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of Leubniz Lecture. This episode is part of the series about Vanilla JavaScript, and today I want to talk about user data. So there are some very nice functions and possibilities to grab data of the users, of the browser, or of the user itself. And today I want to show you how to do this and how to do so. First of all, very important, please do not be disappointed, but some of these functions depend on what the browser allows and what the user allows. So it's very specific and also depending on what programs the user is using. But let's see, and we will try it today. I already started here by creating a new index.html file with some code in there. The title will be user data, and what I want to do here is some kind of styling. So I'm very much against inline CSS, but for this one line only here, I think it should be okay. So let's do the script. We do not have a JavaScript file yet, so we create a new JavaScript file. We call it main.js. We include this here and we say the type to be text/JavaScript. Good. So we are ready to go. We want to do this in a special way because some of these functions, or for some of the information, we have to use the fetch API, and therefore I am writing everything to a function, to the output variable, and at the end I want to call a function named setOutput. This is an async function because I want this function to wait until all the data is grabbed from the different servers. And in there, I just say document.body.inner HTML equals output. So this is what we do here. Let's test this. Looks fine. Okay, good. So guys, we're ready to go. First, very interesting things maybe would be to get some information about the browser the user is using. So we say output plus equals, let's do some nice headline here. Browser info, some line break. And the first thing we want to show here using the template string is the application name. And to access the application name, we can use the navigator object here and just say user agent, which is a property. So if we run this, we see I'm using Mozilla, Windows, and what I'm using is Chrome here. So you see all of this stuff very exactly. So this is all of my browser info. Okay. So additionally, we can also get the language. So I will just copy this down. Oh, sorry, in here. I want to say the language here, and the language is also part of the navigator. So just say language, and this shows me that my browser has German set as the main language here. This can also be seen if I right click in there. Good, so this looks fine. Now we want to go on and we want to grab some screen information. So let's copy down our headline. We are now here with the screen info. Maybe we should just make another line break in there. So this looks more nice. Good. Screen info. What screen info do we want to get? I think the first thing that would be interesting is the width of our screen. So we say screen width, And this is kind of special because we have to calculate it. So let's see, if we say screen.width, this gives us 1920. So let's just check this out here. Then I can also have the screen height. So the screen height, I forget the line break here. So the screen height is 1080. And we have another property. So I'm just replacing this here for a second. And this is called window.device pixel ratio. And this is very important to use the screen.width and multiply it with the device pixel ratio to get the correct amount of pixels here. So in my case, this is just fine and the same. And let's check this out here. But depending on your screen, this might be different. Just forgot the T there, I think. Ratio and the T. So now it's working. So now we see what my screen is about. And finally, we can also grab our color depth here, and we can grab the color depth from screen, and this is called pixel depth here, and this is here 24-bit. Good. So next thing I want to find out is if the user is online or not. So offline, online information. Let's do another headline here. And let's say this is the online info. Let's copy this down here. And what I want to do here is online state. And in there, we just use the navigator. And if online is true, we want to write online, and otherwise we want to write offline. So if we save this, and my online state is online because I am successfully connected to the internet. So what we also can get, let's copy this down, will be information. So get information about cookies. So we can get some cookie info, especially if cookies are activated or not. So we can say cookies activated, and then we say navigator.cookie enabled. If this is true, we print yes, otherwise we print no. So we see also in my browser, cookies are activated. Next thing we want to get is information about the time zone. And this is also very interesting here to get. We just use a headline again. So this is time. Oh, let's write it in the same way. Time zone info. And what we do here is we just copy this down. What we do here is we have just our template string with the $sign. We're using intl dot datetime format dot resolve options dot time zone. And this gives my time zone, which is Europe, Vienna. Okay, guys, so now it's getting really interesting because now we want to get the location of the user. And this thing is really, really very much depending on everything the user has set up in his browser. But let's see if this works. So usually there are two different versions. So we have get location 1. And this get location 1 here, we want to print, for first of all, some nice headline. So some location info here. And what we return is, is a new promise. We have our resolve and rechecked in there. And first of all, we have to check if this geolocation is supported by the browser. If this is supported, everything's fine. Otherwise, we have to call rechecked here with a new arrow where we say geolocation not supported here. But if this is supported, we can just say navigator dot geolocation dot get current position. In there we get our position, and we can just parse the position to our resolve here, and otherwise we call the rechecked. So this is how it should work, and to make this work we have to call the function down there, and we do this by just calling it in here. The question is, I think we will just wrap this into another function first. So we do an async function. Let's do it that way. Write location. Let's get rid of the one here. Let's do it just in one demo. So we say write the location, and in there we grab our position, and to grab our position we use the get location from above, and then we can output this. So we have first of all the latitude. The latitude is position dot coords dot latitude line break, and then we come to the longitude and we say position dot longitude here. Okay, so that's it. And finally we call it down there before that one. So we say await write location. So we're writing it to the output, and then we get my latitude and my longitude. So this is the position that we are facing here. Okay, guys. So now we want to do one more thing, and this is grabbing the IP. So I didn't do the arrow checking here. Maybe this might be interesting. Let's just very quickly do this here, because this makes sense. We want to catch the error here, and depending on what error it is different problems occurred. So if this is error dot permission denied, this means that the user denied tracking. So this is the first thing, and a break at the end. The next case would be error dot position unavailable. If this is the case, then we have no location information to whatever reason, so we don't know what the reason is here. And then the last case would be to say error dot unknown error. So this is also working here, and then we have an unknown error. So whatever is, and then you can do it finally and whatever, but this is kind of the main way. Okay, so last thing I want to do, I want to show you how to get the IP address of some user. And therefore we create another asynchronous function here because we are going to use an API for this. So once again, let's grab some headline somewhere. This is the IP info right now. Now I'm just creating the try and catch from the beginning. And what we do is we're waiting for some response and we are fetching from some API, and this is api.ipify.org question mark format equals JSON. Then we say const data equals await rest.json, as you remember. And finally, we set this to our output. So we use the $sign here and we say data.ip and line break. We need to catch the error, and if there is some error, we just console log the error here. Okay, so finally, so that this works, I have to, let's just grab the async output function and put it down there. Oh no, this was the set output. Sorry guys, I needed the right location. No, right location. Okay, no, everything seems to be correct here. Okay, looks good. In here, I just call the await get IP address, and it's very important. I just included the errors for the user tracking, so everything that comes from here or from there. So if you also want to catch any other error, you have to grab them in there too, or you just move this catch in here. So that's up to you how you do the error tracking. So, and this gives my IP address. So this finally worked. So this is not my real IP address. I'm connected to some VPN right now, but that's how it should work. Good guys. So that's everything about user information. Hopefully this is useful for you and you like the videos. So if you like the videos, just give it a like here on YouTube. And if you're interested in more of my lectures, just subscribe my channel to stay informed. I would be very happy to see you again watching some other video at my channel. So hopefully see you again. Have a nice day, guys, and see you. Bye.